This is Gene Petraglia with LH Weekly and LHweekly.com here with Congressman Frelinghuysen at Hopatcong Days. Congressman Frelinghuysen, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. Many people feel that President Obama's policies like extending health care or extending unemployments and his whole health care package amounts to a redistribution of wealth. What's your comment on that?
I think there's a huge amount of redistributing of wealth. I think that's part of his method of operation. I think people feel they're overtaxed. Small businessmen and women are finding it difficult to survive. Our unemployment rate in New Jersey is 10.1%, but honestly, I think it's probably closer to 6%. I think most people would like to have government get out of the way, stop spending their tax dollars and adding to the debt of their children. That's why people are so angry.
Now, they will say that if government isn't spending, no one will be spending. The private sector seems to be nervous. Companies are hoarding cash. Banks are hoarding cash. How do we get that to spur the economy?
Banks aren't lending money. Companies may be sitting on money because they're concerned about increased taxes. There's no stability because the federal government is in sort of a tax and spend mode. So I understand that there are people in Congress that want to spend more money to stimulate the economy, but many of my constituents said there's too much money out there now, so-called stimulus money. Most of it is not going towards private sector jobs and opportunities. It's going to keep people on public payrolls. I'm not against public employees, but in reality we need to put more people back to work in the private sector.
How do we do that?
Well, I think one way we do it is that we don't increase taxes, and we have better consumer confidence if we can get people feeling good about their future prospects.
Governor Christie is working, or maybe has passed, his tax property cap. Do you feel that's good for the state?
Well, for 30 years, I think both Republicans and Democratic governors sort of passed the buck. This isn't a strict cap, but I think it's a good step in the right direction. We've had a mass exodus of higher income and a lot of businesses out of the state of New Jersey. I think the governor's action is courageous. I think it's going to reverse that trend, but it'll take years for New Jersey's reputation as a taxing state to be minimized.
I'm a small business. A lot of people that I deal with are small businessmen and women. What can you tell them about when do you feel the economy is really going to start to show some real signs of improvement? We're coming off a big dip, and the growth seems to be somewhat anemic.
Well, by nature, I'm an optimist. I'm not an economist, but I think many people in the Obama administration are pitching too much of an optimistic economic forecast. I think we need to stop spending as much as we are, putting debt on the back of the citizens, and we don't make much in our country anymore. We've chased away our manufacturing base, and so it'll take a while, but I'm optimistic the economy will recover.
Well, that seems to be the grand debate. If the government doesn't spend, will the private sector spend? And I don't know how we get out of that quagmire.
Well, I hope the private sector will spend. Certainly, but they're concerned about overtaxation, concerned about overregulation, and on top of this, they should anticipate some major costs to pay for this new healthcare reform bill, so on top of what they already have.
If I understand your position, then it's reduced taxation, that'll give confidence to the private sector, and there we go.
Yes, that's certainly one of the strong planks that I believe in.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.